What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron, and it is a day in August, so that means that we are here streaming live in the flesh. I am August. I will say, it kind of hit me today. We're running out of days in August. I really hate to say it, fellas, but we've kind of been flying through this here. August 28th. Really only a few more days of August. It's kind of sad, but we are here to draft a Best Ball Mania team over on Underdog. I have 18 to go, so we got to get on this. We'll probably do 2 to 3 of these drafts tonight. If you want to draft with us, hop over to Underdog. I have links. Actually, I gotta put the link in the chat right now. But when you use promo code RON and you play $5, Underdog will hook you up with $50 of bonus funds for you to mess around with and draft with us all summer long. The best in the biz. Here we go. It's in the chat. I'll have it in the description, the comment section down below, all of that good stuff. On top of that, we also just posted a wide receiver rankings video. I talked to my top 60 wide receiver rankings. You can go find that on the channel right now. If you are watching this stream, tomorrow morning, go check out the wide receiver rankings video. It's always a bit of a risk when I do these streams of screwing up these videos in the algorithm, but I think we're going to do all right. And I will say, after the top 60 rankings, I did do a sweep through the Patreon if you are looking for rankings for your draft this weekend. Let's not waste any time. We've already wasted enough time. Let's hop straight into a Best Ball Mania draft here. We got quite a few to go to catch up here for the rest of the season. Here we are. Allow notifications. I am all set on that. I will acknowledge the chat in a second here. We're actually waiting for 4 more. So if any of you guys want to hop in, you absolutely can hop in. Let's see. What's going on in the chat here? What's going on? We got Landon in here. We got... What do we got? I was about to say the 8 spot's kind of gas. No, the 8 spot fucking sucks. All right. 8 spot. Let's have some fun, man. No, you know what? First draft of the night. I'm not bitching about anything. We've been doing enough bitching all draft season long. I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but I'm a bit of a complainer myself. I'm a bit of a complainer. Come on. How can I fix this? There we go. All right. Now we're talking. Love that. Basement in all caps. Welcome back to the... I'm going to chill. I'm just going to chill. We got Peppertoni in here. We got Forrest O'Neal. Use your rankings for my draft tonight. Hell yeah. We got Smooth Criminal in here. What's going on? We got Masked Enigma. We got Timon Shomas. Why do you stream so early? When should I draft a quarterback by? I don't know. Any videos planned for week 1? Yeah. Dude that won 0 RB last night and around draft got shoved in a locker. Yeah. Wow, Jahmyr Gibbs 101, huh? Let your nuts hang, brother. Let them hang. You're at the 7. All right, so you're at the 7. We know my buddy Brendan Gianniscoli in the 6 spot. All right, so I'm just going to get sniped all draft. Great. Brendan Gianniscoli. Let's go. We got Jack in here. Favorite spot, anything inside the top 6 or anything inside the top 7 I really like, to be honest. And then probably 110 through 12. Is this the Dylan Sampson draft? It might be. It might be one of them ones. And then there goes McCaffrey. And this part of the draft blows, man. Holy shit. All right. I'm just going to take Nico, and we'll see what comes back. Mayor Caleb or same tier? Same tier. We got Kevin Johnson in here. We got, when is your Idiot League Mates dropping? Honestly, whenever Joe's done with it, the editor. I don't know when that will be. I don't want to put that on him, but we'll see. Maybe slow, but didn't see on the forum. When's the lottery for the Patreon League? I'm gonna push out a update and say like, pretty much like last call. I think I'll probably draw them on Monday. I'll draw names on Monday and try and get everybody in the league by Wednesday. But the day I draw the names will be Sunday or Monday. It'll be one of the two. But I like I said, I'll put out a notification on Patreon saying this is going to be the last day. Gibbs 101 is wild, but also not. Cap Cardi? Who's Cap Cardi? Is this Happy BR? Yes, sir. Happy BR, 3 wide receiver, 1 flex, best ball. I think it was close between Nico and, for me, it was close between Nico and Puka. I don't know. Some people are really scared off of Puka. I thought maybe we could try and see if Puka would come back. I knew it was like a small chance. Wow. I would have taken or no, I wouldn't have. All right, we'll take Achan. This is, my good buddy Nick Ercolano's favorite start this year, so why not? 10-man league, full PPR. What do you think? You got Allen, CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra, Amarian, Brees, and Njoku, Tet. I don't know what B. Pollard is, but Pollard, Montgomery, Golden. Yeah, I mean, that's a stacked team, brother. Promo code Ron. Promo code Ron, baby. No, for what it's worth, I have Puka ranked ahead of Nico. I just tried to push it because we have been seeing some pretty wild Puka values, even still with the Matthew Stafford stuff. So I was just trying to push it. I have him back to back. I believe Chase is a must draft at 101, but I know the 101 has been cursed. So if you want to say fuck it, but I don't know. We gonna fill a massive tonight? Nah, we gotta grind out BBMs right now. My bags are packed with Achan, brother. Any changes for the offensive players with the Parsons trade? Honestly, no. I already had Pickens and CeeDee Lamb really high, is what I would say. Like I already have CeeDee Lamb as my 103, and I have Pickens in the 4th round. Real talk, do we think Trevor Lawrence can adequately support both Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter at their ADP? I do believe so. I like Trevor Lawrence personally. Seriously, thanks for all the entertainment this month. Hope one of these teams makes you crazy money. Thank you, brother. Hey, let's go, Rutgers. How many drafts you're doing tonight? I don't know. We'll see. Definitely more than one. Definitely more than one. After that, I'm not sure yet, though. Why would Jacobs' ADP rise after the Parsons trade? Just like better defense, more leads. Like, I don't know. Again, I don't think we see any. I don't think we see any real movement between either of them, to be honest with you. But yeah, leave a like on the stream. Leave a like on the stream. Subscribe if you're new. Really? We're going to move Jacobs up? Just because, like, it'll be a better defense? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm not really budging on any of it, to be honest. I mean, I guess it would be more juicy content. I could put Micah Parsons on the thumbnail and be like, I'm changing all these things. But I got to be honest. I already had the Cowboys pass catchers really high. And that's just kind of where I'm at. Let's see. What got back to us? Nothing got back to us. Holy shit. All right. I guess we'll take a Tyreek here. I'm not crazy about it. I'll be honest. 308 Tyreek's not bad, but I don't like that at all. Yeah, I guess. I think that's overthinking it, to be honest with you. I don't know. There's only so much further you can put up Jacobs, man. Two wide receiver, one flex, RB heavy league. I mean, you could go Gibbs 101. I would personally go Chase there. Yeah, I'm not moving up Jacobs any higher. I got him like 211 right now. I feel fine with that. I think it's pretty wild to I don't know. I think it's overthinking it. I don't think every move out there needs a reaction. I don't know. If the market decides to start pushing up Pickens, then I'll follow suit because I'm not going to get left behind with Pickens. But you guys have seen we've drafted plenty of Pickens with where we have him ranked. So I don't know. You get this questions all the time. How many rookies is too many rookies on a roster? Really, there isn't. I guess I would say I wouldn't want like more than half of my team to be rookies, but like also, I don't think it matters really. I do think Tyreek Hill outplays Marv. Yeah, it's brutal last year, but I mean, the fun part about fantasy is it's a pendulum. It swings back and forth. I was pretty high on Tyreek, but I'm starting to get cold feet on the whole thing. I am. I don't know. There's just so much downside there. We'll take Trevion. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's pretty wild. Not even watching college ball. I debated throwing it up on another screen, but I just know there's not really like what's the game to watch right now? Is Nebraska on yet? I assume it is actually on. No, you bring up a good point. I'm on this other monitor. Let me get a college football game going. Not even really to watch, just to have the ambiance of college football in the background. Or just the ambience of football in general. I don't know. I'm sneezing all over the place, dude. I'm breaking down, man. When does week 1 kick off? What's the game to watch that I should put on this other TV, fellas? Or not other TV, other monitor. Shit, I don't think it's gonna show. Nah. I don't know why. I'm just getting a black screen. I don't know why, but when I'm streaming, like, my YouTube TV just, like, doesn't work. So never mind. I guess I'm not watching fucking football on the sideline. Screw it. Whatever. That's a crazy Jaden Daniels price, but taking it on a team with Josh Allen is insanity. Without a single wide receiver. What is this guy doing? Alrighty. Crazy late for Trevion. Honestly, in these underdog streets, not really. It's just kind of the nature of the beast with how high wide receivers go. Trade Smitty and Shakir for Worthy. God, we're already at this point of the season. I don't know. When you guys give me trade questions, like, I don't know, like, how many receivers and flex spots do you got? Like, there's a lot of outside factors that I have to consider. I don't know. I'm also just not a big. Oh my goodness. I'm a big. My team's on the floor guy. Like, fresh out of the drafts, and I'm gonna be a hypocrite here. Fuck it. Let's go all in on Miami. Why not? You guys are going to hate this draft, but this is the scenario where this is the Spider-Verse where the Dolphins are the best offense in football. Mike McDaniel saves his job. Like, let me just tell you a bedtime story of how I win $1.5 million. This is the Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown of 2025. How many BBMs left? I think 17 after this one. Once I make this pick, I'll get to the super chat. Appreciate the super chat, Natano. All right, let's see. Let's see. What has made it back to us? All right, I got a couple things I like on the board. I don't really care what you leave me with. You go Golden, we'll go Odunze. Those were the two that I wanted. Starting to get real excited about Odunze. He's somebody that the chat or like YouTube comments, whatever, hate. Let's see the super chat. Appreciate the super chat. I will say I'm not the best, like, rate my roster and this trade guy in the world. I'll just be honest with everybody here. It's not my strong suit. 12 team PPR, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex. You trade Olave and RJ Harvey for Rashee Rice. No deal. No deal for me. I have RJ Harvey and Rice so close. I think I actually have RJ Harvey ahead of Rashee Rice, so I don't think so. People forget. I don't know. It's a tricky thing with Rome because my spreadsheets don't think that he was that great of a prospect, but the film guys had him top 10. The NFL Next Gen Stats model had him as an all-time prospect as well, so I'm willing to hear both sides. Brees at pick 62. That'll get it done, brother. Any plans yet for how you're going to watch and enjoy week 1? What a thoughtful question. Huh. Not really. Not really. I honestly am just where my feet are at this point, man. Like, I'm just where my feet are in terms of everything right now. I got no plans beyond go to sleep, wake up, outline a video, record, post, stream, go to sleep, wake up, outline, record, post, stream, go to sleep. That's really all we're on right now. But I think potentially, I don't know. Actually, I have no clue in terms of what I'm going to do for kickoff, to be honest. All I know are the drafts I have scheduled, to be honest with you. We are going to take... I'm trying to make it a point to spam as much Tyler Warren as I can. Because I just don't have my bags packed nearly enough right now. So we're going to take Tyler Warren there. Metcalf for Odunze and Dynasty all day. All day. Thoughts on Jaden Reed with the Lives Frank? Yeah, it's golden wheels up. It's scary season for Reed. I knocked him down to the bottom of his tier, Jaden Reed. Like right in this area, to be honest. I still would take Jennings over him. I'd probably take Downs and Pittman over him. I think I in the wide receiver rankings video from today, I put him at like wide receiver 48, I think. It's tough, man. It's true. Be where your feet are, man. I'm not like I genuinely anything I have planned is just like I just know my draft dates. Like my home league drafts next Tuesday, which should be fun. That's like the next gathering I have on the docket is what I would say. Is home league draft my buddies, which I'm excited about. Fellas, I don't know what I want with this pick. I do not know what I want with this pick at all. 8th round. We're pretty strong at receiver. Let's take Charbonnet. I almost took Bill. I should have taken Bill. Bill would have been more fun, but we'll take Sharp there. I don't know. You could have talked me to receiver, but I feel pretty good at receiver. I also think in best ball, I keep saying this, but like in best ball, I don't think you have to like force wide receiver through the flex +1 by round 10. It's just a different format where if I just have wide receiver through the flex by round 10, I feel pretty much fine. Especially if I took a wide receiver in round 1. I don't know. I'm curious on how you guys feel about that. I know Hayden Winks has done a lot of research saying that like pretty much 4 to 5 wide receivers by round 10 has been a winning strategy. And I would assume you can lean into 5 if, say, you don't take, let's say, you go I don't know, running back, tight end or something, then you're going to want 5 receivers by round 10, but I think we'll be all right. Brees getting traded? I'd be shocked, man. This is above my pay grade, brother. Turn off your hardware acceleration. I'm on a MacBook right now. I answered that. Give me Odunze over Metcalf. How confident are we in Jack Hughes being a Hart Trophy contender? I'm fully confident. Just got to stay healthy. Here's the thing though with that Pesky, like my model was right, but it still has Odunze as a solid prospect. Like he's still a high end gold, which can easily break out in year 2. Like he's right in this range of like Brian Thomas Jr. and Ladd McConkey, and it's not a bad place to be, is what I would say. Like he's still a 80th percentile wide receiver prospect. My model would push back in the idea that he's like a 95th percentile. But I think if he was a 95th percentile, then he'd go where like Marvin Harrison Jr. goes, So I think that I align more with the market, if that makes sense. How do you feel about Burden in redraft? I draft him on every fucking team, brother. In a 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, I would do Olave and Higgins for J-Mo or Waddle. I would, and I prefer Jameson over Waddle, but they're close. Give me Luther Burden. Somebody asked. Do you like Luther Burden? I do. That was maybe a little early for Burden. I probably could have pushed him, huh? Yeah, maybe that was short-sighted. I don't know. I think we'll be all right. Have so much Burden. I gotta chill. Home league draft is not like fully in person, just like whoever's around will be hanging out and drafting, if that makes sense. We're not going to be recording it or anything. Yeah, I'm a Warren over Loveland guy just because I think it's a little more consolidated with Warren, but even then it's not. It's just I think that he's going to run more routes is what I would say in terms of the consolidated point. Like, Komet's going to be a genuine problem in terms of running routes. All right, I'm going to take Drake May here. Stack him to Trevion Henderson. I feel good about that. No, you cannot come to my home league draft. Let's see. Why do I like Burden so much? I just think he's a good player. I like his prospect profile. I think talent wins out in the NFL. He'll figure it out eventually. Is the Warren Loveland gap getting out of hand? Maybe. Maybe. That's what I'm saying. Get your guys. You said what? You got Caleb, Nico, Evans. Yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't. I saw you've been typing this a bunch of times, so I'm getting to it. But like, I can't trust enough, fellas. I'm not a rate your team guy. You can show me any team, unless if I have to see it in the lineup, see what your bench looks like to really get a feel for. And even then, I'm like, yeah, that's a fantasy football team, you know. But yeah, I mean, Caleb Evans, Worthy, Rome, Trevon Cook. Yeah, I mean, that feels fine. Feels constructed well. What's going on in here? No, I really haven't been taking Amari Cooper. I think he's just washed. I'm not super interested in that, to be honest. Can you crash in the basement? Absolutely not. Is Ashton, Gentine, Emeka Egbuka for Brian Thomas and Chuba Hubbard worth it? No, I don't like moves like this, guys. Like running back, wide receiver for running back, wide receiver, and like they're both in the same. I don't know. If it's not like solving a problem, I just think trading $1.05 for $1.01 just doesn't really do it for me. It's a weird dichotomy because I get making trades is a massive part of why fantasy football is fun and why everyone's asking questions, but like we haven't even played games yet, man. So I don't know. Unless if it's like a very clear win, I'm holding pretty close to the vest is my mindset when I'm playing, to be honest. We're gonna take Keenan Allen. He's kind of a dusty ass wide receiver, but I don't know why. After him, it just seems like wide receiver falls off a cliff with like Palmer, Brown. Like to me, that's kind of the wide receiver. This is the one. Like I've gotten questions of like the wide receiver dead zone. This to me is the wide receiver dead zone. Like I'm not taking like Palmer without Josh Allen, fucking like Hollywood Brown, Demario Douglas, Romeo Dobbs. I don't know. I guess like some of these guys are fine to take stabs on here and there, but I'm personally all set. What's going on trying to catch up here? Thoughts on Downs and Shakir? I feel like I take them in every draft. I don't mind them. I don't mind them. I'm not like super stoked to take them. I like Downs. I like Downs. His in underdog. I think Downs is steep. 807 there where you got him is actually a great price, to be honest. It's more like 7th round Downs on underdog that I don't like, but like 8th, 9th round Downs I'm fine with, especially with Daniel Jones. But I don't know. Shakir's tough. I was looking at it today, and it's like, I don't know. His per route metrics are great. He's in a great offense, and you look at his production, and he was like wide receiver 33. Doesn't run a ton of routes. There's not a ton of pass volume in his offense. It's tricky with him. Demario Douglas goes. What's going on with the Demario Douglas shit, man? Like every time I take Drake May, I'm like, oh, I'll just get Demario Douglas, and then he gets taken like 8 picks ahead of ADP. We're gonna go Stroud to Nico Collins here. That's what we're gonna do. I like the direction we're headed in here. I do. Two drafts tonight? Yeah, we'll do 2 drafts tonight. As long as you leave a like. We're only at 67 likes. Let's get to 100 plus, fellas. 100 plus, and you have my word, we'll do a second draft. How are the rounds determined for keepers? I don't have a keeper league. I think keepers are dumb. I'll be honest. That's a take that I have. Either play Dynasty or don't. That's my take. Your favorite team so far is named Kendrick Perkins? That's a great fantasy football team name. Is that Thornton Price crazy to you? It's a little crazy. It's a little. No, that's batshit crazy. I'll just be honest with everybody here. That's batshit crazy. There's other day 3 wide receivers with just as much noise going much later. It is how I kind of view it. How do you balance stacking versus taking the best quarterback available? I don't know. The way that I play fantasy football is I view everything through tiers. So if I have, especially at the quarterback position, so if I just have a bunch of guys in the same tier, I'll just break the tie to whoever I can get stacked with. Shaheed and Pollard for Pickens is a W. That's one of those trades where, whoa, I didn't mean to make the ticker so fast. But yeah, that's a W trade. That's one of those ones. Ollie Gordon, that's a good pick. Kyle Williams. Now we'll secure Tua. Fine. We just have to. We can't take the risk on the turn. So 3 quarterback build. We took Warren up top. I have an idea for what I want to do here. Yeah, he's efficient, but he also is like a low-end wide receiver 3 in points per game. Coker seems to have a really good role. I love Coker. I mean, my bags are fully. I'll flex these all day on you guys with Coker. Through 290 drafts, sort by entry fees. Bang. My most invested player is Jalen Coker on the Dog app. I'll flex that all day. In a 2 wide receiver 1 flex, you probably can't fade quarterback and tight end. That's actually a good question. I don't have the emoji that you sent here, but I appreciate the super chat or super sticker. All right, and then we are going to stack up Drake May to Hunter Henry. I like where we're going here. I think that we're probably, I think because of how high we took Warren, we just have to say, okay, he's going to be the man. We cut it off at 2 tight ends, and we go down the road of, here's the team right now. And then we're going to go down the road of like a 3-6-7-2. Yeah, we have 3 quarterbacks in May, Stroud, Tua. You could make the case that this was a little bit overdone at quarterback, but I like it. I like being safer than sorry at the onesies. I've done it in the past where it's like, oh, I want to have as many flex options as possible. No, you're cut it really thin in these onesie spots. I even think you could sell me on this being a 3-6-6-3 build where we go Warren, Hunter Henry, and a 3rd tight end, but I will chill on that idea for the time being. Is kind of my thoughts there. You start looking at some, wow, so Jalen Coker goes 14th round here. Start looking at some week 17 correlation. We got to start caring about that. So what do we got? We got Patriots, Texans, Dolphins. Patriots got Jets, Dolphins got Tampa, and Texans got Chargers. Okay, interesting. How do you feel so far about the BDG League? I love my team. I'm excited for you guys to see the video. I think it'll come out good. I had a blast. Should we overlook Worthy's per route data because of the situation? I mean, I've talked about every time I brought up Coker, or not Coker, Worthy on videos, but the easy answer would be yes, but the more complicated answer would be that I think that he showed enough in terms of his per route data down the stretch that I'm willing to bet that he's a good player. commend you for reading these comments. I don't know how you do it. What do you mean? All right, we got to look alive here. We got to take some running backs. I don't know. The smart play is to take Rachaad White. Fucking fine. Come on down, Rachaad White. I don't even like that pick, but Tampa does play Miami in Week 17, and we have a boatload of Sean Tucker at this point, so I'll take the cheap Rachaad White these days. I guess I'll go up here for now. I don't know. It's towards the end of the drafts, I've struggled to figure out where I want to go. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for commenting, man. What do you guys think in terms of build here? Right now we're at a 3-4-6-2. Do we want I think this is either going to be a 3-6-7-2 or a 3-6-6-3. That's where I'm at. So 6 running backs regardless, but should we go 7 receivers and 2 tight ends or 6 receivers and 3 tight ends? I lean 7 receivers and 2 tight ends. I think Warren and Hunter should get it done, but always curious what you guys think. Wow, some of you guys are saying 3-6-6-3, huh? I wasn't expecting that to be a popular answer. We're going to go Keaton Mitchell here. He doesn't really correlate to anything, but I love Keaton Mitchell. So, we think the receivers are strong enough to get away with a 3-6-6-3. I just want more Keaton Mitchell is what it comes down to. I don't know. We'll see what comes back and then figure it out. Yeah, Keaton Mitchell might be the GOAT, man. He genuinely might be. Late correlation picks here. It is crazy how the offseason has gone on, how, like, these guys used to be last-round picks, like Torrey Horton, Isaac Tesla, Io Manor, of course, Coker, Keenan Allen, too. And now you got to pay for him in this range. Very interesting. Can you recap the team? Sure. We went Nico, Devon Achane, Tyreek Hill, Travion Henderson, Jalen Waddle. We're going all in on the Dolphins with this team. Roman Dunze, Tyler Warren, Charbonnet, Burden, Drake May, Keenan Allen, Stroud, Tua, Hunter Henry, Rachaad White, Keaton Mitchell. We have 2 picks left. One is going to be a running back. The other we have to decide between tight end and wide receiver. I don't know. Everyone loves to shit on the JCM stuff, but JCM is like if Rachaad White got traded before Bucky's first game. Like, I can't stress enough how massive of a deal it is. That it's not only just buzz, it is real action, pen to paper that we've seen now. All right, if y'all gonna let me draft Harold Fannin, I'm just gonna take Harold Fannin. I was actually pretty set on doing the 3-6-7-2 thing, but I can't pass up Harold Fannin. I just can't do it. I just cannot do it. I can't. Sorry. We're going to queue up another one. Let's queue up another one. We're at 100+ likes. Leave a like on the stream. We're going to do a couple of these. Why not? Best ball. Wow, so no more slow clocks for BBM. All right, we got 11 spots, fellas. We got 11 spots, so if anyone wants to come out. And again, if you were going to draft with us, use promo code RON. And when you play $5, you get 50. I have links to Underdog where it'll put in my promo code for you in the live chat, in the description, top of the comment section, all of that good stuff. We are drafting every day from now until week 1. Join us there. All right. Let's roll. So we just need to take a... I love people talking about... I mean, I'll get to the Chris Rodriguez stuff in a second, but, dude, Chris Rodriguez has been cut by Washington like 4 times, man. The idea that Chris Rodriguez is anything. He's been on the team forever, and he's been nothing. JCM, a new rookie, has gotten all the buzz in the world. All the buzz in the world. And then all of a sudden, they trade this starter. I just cannot understand the... Like, there is just so much... wanting to defy what is happening in real time right now with JCM. It's so much, well, I don't know who he was. I think he was a bad prospect. It's like, at a certain point, you have to just lean into what we're seeing right now. We're going to go DJ Giddens. But that, wow, do we get the 10? We got the 103 here. Let's get CeeDee Lamb. But, like, this is how you miss out on the next Puka Nacua or the next Kyren Williams 2023 is being stubborn and saying, well, I didn't like this guy before, and yes, we have new information, but what about the third string that's gotten cut 1 billion times? Like, let me look at, like, you can look at Chris Rodriguez's transaction history. He's never mattered ever on this team. I just think it's crazy. Like, there is just so much... There's just so much I cannot, like... And again, if this was just preseason hype and camp hype, sure. But when you go and trade Brian Robinson, who this team has loved, he gets shot, he has the big hat, they all love him, and they say, no, we need to make room because we have a rookie in here that needs to get on the field. Not Chris Rodriguez, Bill. There's clips out there. Like, there was even, like, the head beat reporter for Washington on The Athletic goes, I don't think Brian Robinson plays. I don't think he's going to be on this roster week 1 because that's how good Bill is. There's a clip out there that I know, what's his name? Pat Crane was showing where they did a thing where they interviewed all of the beat reporters at Washington camp of who's the one standout, one guy you've seen in practice, who's popping, who's making all the noise. Every single one of them said Bill. At a certain point, it's undeniable. I didn't even like the guy as a prospect. He doesn't catch passes. He played at Alabama State. He played 1 game at Arizona. But at a certain point, when the mystery box upside guy that we've never seen before pushes Brian Robinson out of town before week 1, you got to listen. That's why he's my RB27. I have him even in home league somewhere that I would take at the 7-8 turn of drafts. So I don't know. There's just so much. I'm only rambling here because there's just so much pushback on it. There's so much pushback. Yeah, I mean, the bet isn't that JCM is going to rush for 100 yards in week 1. That's kind of what it comes down to. It's that he's going to work his way in. They love him so much that he is going to be a guy who, you know, by week 3, week 4, gets a starting workload. Like, I'm not advocating. I'm not going to rank him as my RB15 in week 1. Like, don't get it twisted there. But they put a big bet on this guy, moving B-Rob like that. It was I will not hear that it was for Chris Rodriguez or that it was for Austin Eckler. I just can't. But all right, that's my JCM rant on the day because there's so much right now of like, I don't know what it is. I think it's just natural human nature of like, well, I didn't like this guy before. He's a 7th round pick. Who gives a fuck? But give me a lad here. Let's get some strong-ass wide receivers up top. I wouldn't say RJ Harvey was getting more buzz than Henderson in the before preseason, but that's the funny thing is you can't really quantify buzz. Lamb values drops because he will pout all season about his defense. Some of you guys are hilarious, man. guess give me Trey McBride. I'm not crazy about McBride, but fuck it. That was between, for me, it was between McBride or elite quarterback. But I haven't been taking a lot of McBride recently. I took him a lot early on. Let's see. Give me the 291. What's going on? Give me the 291. 291. All right, whatever. It's registering that last draft. Okay, so I'm actually low on McBride right now. That's good that I got him. I'm trying to get more Allen too, though. I have 10% Josh Allen. What are we at on Lamar? 9.3. Okay, I like that. A little bit above market on both of the elite quarterbacks, I think is a smooth idea. The thing is, Pickens doesn't give a fuck about how the defense is playing. Like, he could not care less if the other side of the ball is getting stops or if they're winning games. I think, if anything, Pickens prefers to be playing catch-up all game, having pass attempts and all the volume in the world. Fuck yeah. That's the play. Watch the new video that drops, then go peep the stream. I was telling you guys yesterday, the RB rankings video is ripping right now. The wide receiver one's doing okay. I think that it will do better when I'm done streaming. What do I think Genti's ceiling is this year? Like 20 points per game. You ever done an auction draft? I have not. What do I think of them? I am not a massive fan of them. I get told all the time, Ron, you got to try auction. It's the best. I say this every offseason. I like my leagues as vanilla as possible. As far out of my comfort zone as I will go is I did a super flex for your idiot league mates, and I do tight end premium because FFPC has soft lobbies with boomers. That's it. That's as far outside of my comfort zone as you'll see me. I'm not doing the... And I'll do, it's a charity thing. I'll do Scott Fishbowl. That's all I got. In a wide receiver heavy 6-point passing touchdown league, how much do you move quarterbacks down your rankings? I don't really move them down. I just move pocket passers up my quarterback rankings. That's really it. You know what, guys? I don't know if you guys are going to like this, but we're going to lean pretty heavy into like a 0 RB build here. I don't know how you guys are going to like this, but I'm going to go Hurts. We're going to lean really heavy into a 0 RB build, I think. Unless if a running back comes back here that I like, we'll take him. But I just mean I really like the idea in a 0 RB build being strong at quarterback and tight end. We'll see how this goes. It's not something I do very often here, but I thought that this was a unique situation. Getting Hurts to come back to 410, I think, is nice. And Breece and Walker go. So, all right, yeah. So, we're going to push this pretty hard. Call me the... This guy goes Devontae Smith. What? For what? For what? What do you need Devontae Smith there for, man? Give me a Mecca Egbuka. Give me a Mecca Egbuka to fucking soothe the pain. You guys will see. I've been taking some Egbuka over Hunter just so I don't slow down on my Egbuka exposures, to be honest. I have them back to back these days, and I have so much Hunter that I'm breaking ties to Egbuka sometimes. Let's do it. Let's go back to my roots. Let's get extreme. Yeah, Devontae there was really the dream, if I'm being honest, and I'm pretty upset about it, but I'll just shut up. You said Ibuka over Hunter is too cute for me. I have them back to back. I think that they're to me they're both really strong wide receiver prospects as the number 2 receiver in good offenses. I think that they're pretty much the same bet. You love these late night drafts? What up, Tom? What up, Tom? Thoughts on the Parsons trade? I can't believe I saw real takes on the internet that the Packers like lost or did something dumb. Dude, it's the NFL, man. It's not the NBA. There's not a Luka Doncic trade every year. A pass rusher, best pass rusher in the league in his prime, does not become available. And 2 firsts to me is an absolutely fine price tag. What, plus like Kenny Clark or whatever? You make that move 10 out of 10 times. I think the Cowboys are idiots. 2 late firsts for, if we did a fantasy football draft, or a fantasy draft like in Madden, like Micah Parsons in terms of non-quarterbacks would be what, like a top 5 pick? Like this is somebody like a Jamar Chase getting traded, I think it's close. I have Hunter 1 spot ahead, but I wouldn't doubt anybody who wanted to get crazy. I did see Hayden Winks move Hunter or Pickens to 35. That's a little rich for me. I know his rankings. I think that ranking set is like geared towards best ball. I don't know. I'll debate moving him up, but like honestly, you know what? I'll move him up. We did just post the wide receiver rankings video today, and I didn't budge him at all because I already felt like I'm higher than consensus on Pickens as is in home leagues. I don't know. How high do you want him to go? Right now, I got him wide receiver 21 behind Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison Jr., Terry McLaurin, Tedero McMillan, JSN, Tyreek, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans. How many of those guys do you want him to leapfrog? At the end of the day, he is still the wide receiver 2 in his own offense and yet to finish as like a wide receiver 1 in points per game ever. Do you want to move him ahead of JSN? Do you want to move him ahead of Tedero McMillan, McLaurin? I can get behind moving him ahead of like Garrett Wilson and Marvin Harrison. I like that. I think I'll probably do that right now as we speak. But I think it gets tough. I think McLaurin, JSN, Tyreek is where it gets tough. All right, we got to lock in for a second here. We're going to take Pollard for some early season running back production. Thank you for the list. Thank you for using it. Pickens over Marv. I like that call as well. Pickens over Marvin, Garrett Wilson, we think. But keep him after McLaurin. All right, we're going to go Jennings. That's what I wanted with this first pick anyways. I don't know. I don't buy I don't buy the calf stuff. I don't. Especially on underdog too. I just think that had to be receiver there just to make sure that we had receiver to the flex. We want this to still be a strength of this team. We don't want to get carried away with running backs or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if you guys had a choice, like a preference between Pollard, Pacheco, Montgomery, or Swift, but I figure in a build like this, Pollard gives us some fun early season weighted production. Does Dak move up the rankings? That's a good question. I mean, I already had him pretty high. I got him behind Fields and Purdy. No, I'll make that change right now. We'll put Fields. I still like Purdy ahead of Dak, I think. Or actually, no. We'll put Dak ahead. Actually, no. I'll move Dak. You make a great point with Dak, man. Dak might be QB7. Is that crazy? It might be. I know you guys are. I know the chat loves Bo Nix and Baker Mayfield, but I think you actually make a good. I think you guys make a great point on. Dak. I think once Burrow, Mahomes are gone, and you're staring down Kyler, Bo Nix, Baker, I think I'm Team Dak. What do you guys think? Let's actually make this tweak right now. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make these moves live on air here. We're going to move. I actually don't like how I have these quarterbacks situated anyways, right? I had Kyler, Bo Nix, and Baker in like a tier ahead of Fields, Purdy, Dak, but I just kind of see them all in the same tier, to be honest. So we're going to move them all to the same spot here. Live on air. Which, of course, you can find on Patreon, patreon.com/Ron Stewart. Literally only $10. Links everywhere. And I update these damn near every day for you guys. And they're the rankings that I use in my own draft. So that's what we're going to do. We're actually going to shift some of this around here for a second. We're going to go. I think my quarterback rankings at this point in this tier is going to be Dak. I think I'm Purdy over Baker, and you guys might kill me for that. I think I'm Dak, Bo Nix, Purdy. I gotta look alive here in a second. Dak, Bo Nix, Purdy, Baker, Kyler, Fields, Caleb is I think how I go. No, not Dak over Mahomes. Damn, you took G. Fuck. Good pick, man. All right. All right, Reed's got the ankle issue, but I can't pass on him here. All right, and now we've made sure that wide receiver is a strong suit for us. Purdy over Bo and Baker. I'm sure it's not any bias with the with that. You said May's in like the bottom of this tier, but I think you make a good point that I want to move him up. Because I will say that's probably one of my bigger flaws is I don't think too hard about my quarterback rankings because I always just break ties. Like I have all these guys in the same tier, and I just take whoever I have a stacking partner with is kind of what it comes down to for me. But I think this is how I have it. I have it Dak. Let me know. Give me thumbs up or thumbs down. And let me know where I got this wrong right now. So Dak goes. We're gonna take Dobbins here. So this is how I have it. I have it Dak, Bo Nix, Brock Purdy, Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Drake May, Justin Fields, Caleb Williams. That's why I have that tier. What do you guys think? Again, I don't think too hard about these, but I do get it. Like, you guys are going to use this and draft directly off the quarterbacks. But for me, I'm just like, okay, I have all these guys in the same tier. I'll just take, if I have Mike Evans and I'm staring at Dak Prescott versus Baker Mayfield, I'll just take Baker. That's really what I'm on. So, all right, that puts us at Dak QB7, Bo Nix QB8, Purdy QB9, Bake QB10, Kyler QB11, May 12, Fields 13, Caleb 14. Stroud's below all of them, yeah. This is for 4-point passing touchdowns, by the way. And then I'll move up Pickens as well. So anybody out there that's using the rankings, you guys will see that I'm fucking around with this as we speak. I think we still go. Man, I think I am Pickens over McLaurin, but that one's close. Pickens over McLaurin, fellas. That to me is the breaking point. I have T-Law, Brian. I have T-Law in that tier, but I have him directly below. Drake over Caleb because I'm just more confident that Drake's a better player, and I think his rushing upside is better. Like, I'm just more confident in Drake May long-term as a player. I think that he put more on the field that made me more optimistic long-term, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm not big on Kyler either. I'm actually kind of down to, like, sort of put Kyler. Yeah, I think I would go Drake May over Kyler. I would. The thing that scares me about Kyler is if just like one of these years he decides, all right, I'm just going to run the ball more. Like, he could be a top 6 finisher, but I don't know. Field scares me because I think he's going to get benched at a certain point. They're saying you're taking McLaurin there. For now, I'll have him behind McLaurin, but that's what I'll do. You guys have been telling me move him up, move him down, whatever. So that's where we're at. All right. Little impromptu rankings update while we're doing the draft. I'll move George Pickens' target round to target 4 now because it seems like there's enough hype that he's going to get drafted there. All right. Let's lock back in here. Let's lock back in. What do we want to do here? Somebody take Basil Tootin. Assholes. God damn it. All right, we gotta start spamming running backs here. All right, we'll take Tank Bigsby. Man. That Bigsby pick should have been Justin Herbert because truly the pick here in a 0 RB is we're actually just going to scroll down. I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to take Ollie Gordon here. I don't know how you guys are going to like that pick, but I don't know. I don't think that Ollie Gordon was coming back. I wish I took Ollie over Bigsby here, and I wish I had my rankings uploaded to Underdog right now to remember to take Ollie Gordon there, but I don't know. We'll figure something out at QB2. I get that Herbert to Ladd would have been nice with this team, but I don't think it was worth passing on Ollie Gordon, who could be a league winner. This is best ball, yeah. Yeah, I can't do Mixon. I'm done with him. Nigel, if he comes back, I'll do it. Yeah, I agree. I'll take whatever the cheapest option is. Yeah, I mean that's why I haven't been crazy about moving up all my Cowboys because I was already very much screaming this from the mountaintops is what I would say. Of this is Bengals 2.0, CeeDee Lamb as high as 102. George Pickens I've been ahead of market on. I will say Underdog's been super heavy on Pickens. My Pickens bags aren't nearly heavy enough. 8.3%. That's fine. That'll do, but it's not enough. We have a lot of Pickens in our in managed right now though, which I'm happy about. Chase Brown by $1 billion. In best ball, do you go for more upside than steady players? A mix of both I think works. Yeah, I'm all the way out on Mixon. I can't do it. I will say my most shameful bag. If you guys have any exposure questions, let me know because we're nearing towards the end of draft season. So this is kind of my report card. My least favorite exposure right now is this one. Yeah, that's from a lot of early drafts. And then a lot of buying the dip back up again because it seemed like he was going to get signed, and then just that one's bad. What are we looking like at quarterback? Not good. Not good, huh? What stacks do we even have set up here? Dallas, Chargers, Tampa. We got nothing in terms of pass catchers. Huh. All right, Nigel, this is for you, bud. Go Dylan Sampson here. All right, so now we're at 5 running backs. We have quite a few. I think this team is going to be a 2-7-7-2 is how I am leaning here. Kind of sits in his own weird tier for me behind the lead quarterback. I have a good chunk of Mahomes. 12.8%. I think we'll take that. In terms of quarterback, he's pretty high up there. Yeah, he's my tied for third most. I probably have way too much Tua, I'll be honest with you there. Let's take Cam Ward. I guess he's like kind of stacked to Tony Pollard there. We can maybe get Io Manor in a little bit. Maybe Chigo Okonkwo in a little bit. Honestly, thinking back on it, that should have absolutely been Dallas Goedert, and I'm an idiot for not taking Dallas Goedert there. All right, I got to lock in. Fuck me, man. Whatever. It's not a big deal because if we didn't go Ward there, we might have gotten locked completely out of quarterback on the way back and gotten stuck with like Rodgers, but Goddard was the pick there. Let's think. We could still get away with like Okonkwo, I think, honestly. But we're gonna have like an unstacked Hurts, but I think Hurts, because of his rushing upside, you don't have to stack him for him to be a good play in best ball, especially. That's where I'm at. Like Hurts could put up a 40-point game, and like AJ Brown and Devontae Smith could like, not even be top 6 at the position in a given week. Exposure by position, sure. Here's the top guys at quarterback. Top guys at running back. Top guys at receiver. And then my top guys at tight end. I would say in like a perfect world, I have a 2-6-7-3, but I don't know. Tet Pickens and Mecca Egbuka. Give me Tet and Pickens. My home league, your buddy took Io Manor around 10. That's hilarious. You got Genty, Henderson, Egbuka, Harvey, and Golden. I don't mind that. If you get Hampton in the third, that's your best RB. Would you consider that hero RB or zero RB? It's like a cross between the two. Not everything needs a label. Yeah, I was heavy on Brees. Early on. I've cooled all the way off, and my bags are packed with Brees. That's a lot of early drafting Brees Hall. Like I haven't taken him in a while, but that's where I'm at. 1,000% regretting my Njoku exposure. I would say the biggest exposures I regret are Judkins and Njoku right now. Got a lot of those in early. Because you got to remember, these exposures track since, I don't know, since what, when stuff opened in like May. Damn, there goes Goddard. Christian Kirk's a fine stash if you need early season production, is what I would say. Trying to see what correlation I'm setting up for. Eagles, Bills, Titans, Saints. I don't think that really does anything for us, but yeah, regretting the Browns. Still having the audio issue? No. Who could have guessed Browns exposures? Yo, chill. I am absolutely scared that Fannin will affect Njoku. Yeah, it was all before preseason. So I don't know. That's the funny part about Brees is I don't like him anymore. I'm not drafting him anymore, but I got to lay in the bed that I made. No, see, that's the misconception with stacks is I'm never reaching on the quarterback to stack. Let's lock up Io Manor here. It's probably our last wide receiver, to be honest. JCM or Scatabo in Dynasty. Wow. Wow. That's putting money to mouth. That's like truthfully guy you liked more as a prospect versus guy who has all the buzz in the world. I think it's still Scatabo for me. But that, oh my God, you take Okonkwo. Get out of here with that, man. Get out of here. Oh my God, I hate these sometimes. Give me Strange without checking by. Oh. All right. All right. God, I'm a fucking idiot. Same fucking bye week for Strange and McBride. All right. I was hoping to get Io Manor and Okonkwo on the turn there. We fucking botch it. Whatever. We'll take 3 tight ends. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. You don't want to take 3 tight ends with on a McBride team, but I do think that this is built in a way where we can. Ugh, that is so annoying. I don't know. You can maybe we'll just stomach a 2 tight end team where we take a 0 on a bye week. Maybe we just take a 0 in week 8, dude. Tight end scoring is so all over the place. I don't know. Oh my God, that sucks. I don't know. 20-second clock hit on me, and I didn't have time to check if McBride had the same bye. Oh, that sucks. God, that sucks. All right, whatever. Is it crazy to like McBride over Bowers? It's crazy in my opinion, but in terms of projections, it's a fair thing to do. In my eyes, I can't do it because I just think from a receiving talent standpoint that they're not on the same level. It makes you feel better I did that, but with 3 quarterbacks all same bye week, yeah, it happens. Hail Mary Oronde Gadsden. Since he might win this, I would love to get this game on. Would I jump into here for position to get a stack? Probably not. Damn it, I wanted Fannin. God damn it. Oh. Y'all are crushing me right now. All right, let's think. Shipley's gone for sure. We're just going to go Darius Slayton for some points at receiver. Yeah, I don't get it at all, man. Maybe he's watching and just wanted to piss me off. I don't know. But you're absolutely right. He literally had Trevor Lawrence. Just take Strange, you asshole, man. God, that sucks so bad. Fuck it, let's just take JT Sanders. JT Sanders is a low-key winner from Adam Thielen getting traded. And then we'll just take a running back with this last pick. Yeah, you gotta miss me on McBride over Bowers and Dynasty, brother. Yeah, that's the thing, man. That's the thing. What like I've talked about this before, but there's plenty of times in drafts over the years that I've done on stream. I've been doing this long enough to know that I don't know, like sometimes the luck of the draw like nudges you in the direction of the guy you needed to have, if that makes sense, you know? Yeah, I am Jalen Hurts over Jaden Daniels. I think it's getting a little cute to put Daniels ahead of him. We've only seen 1 year. Hurts had a down year last year, but we've seen him hit like 25 points per game before. I don't know. I love some Jalen Hurts. This is a fun little zero RB team we shoved up here, fellas. It's very thin at running back, but that is obviously the point of zero RB. It would have been nice to have Okonkwo here, so we could have taken 2 running backs at the end here. We're going to be a little bit thin with only 6 running backs on this team, but that's how it goes. You're going to need Pollard and Dobbins to kind of give us some early season production. Samson down the stretch. Ollie Gordon, if he can be a league winner for us. We got some guys. We got some guys that can do it for us. Yeah, it would have been better as a 2-7-7-2 build, but is what it is. And maybe I should have done a 2-7-6-2 build, but I just always feel very weird going more receivers than running backs. But I think that's probably a fallacy. If I was going to do a 2-7-7-2 anyways, you know? When's the draft vlog going up? I'm not sure. Pretty much as soon as it's done is really what I was told, but it's a lot of footage to sift through. And then this is going to be our last pick here. We are going to go with Kendre Miller as a bring back in the Titans game, just in case, man. All right. I mean, I'm not in love with it. You said, how do you like your team? There's a couple of spots that I probably screwed up where I think here's where I think I screwed up. I think Tank over Ollie Gordon was an issue because I think that this could have been Justin Herbert, and I would feel much better about our quarterback room. Right? So I could have then done Herbert there, and then I wouldn't have to take Ward here. This could have just been a running back. And then I think this Strange pick as well. If instead of Strange, we just went, one of these guys, or I don't know. I thought it was more likely Io Manor would go, but maybe I should have just taken Okonkwo here and then wait for whatever came back. So I think those were the 2 mistakes: was Io Manor over Okonkwo, and then double running back here when I should have just taken Justin Herbert. But you live and you learn. It is, to me, I think still a fine zero RB style team. Elite quarterback, Pollard, Dobbins, Tank Bigsby, Ollie Gordon, Dylan Sampson, Kendre Miller. I understand that is pretty much air at the position, but that is the nature of zero RB. Then we have CeeDee Lamb, Lad McConkey, Emeka Egbuka, Jawan Jennings, Jaden Reed, Alec Io Manor, Darius Slayton, Trey McBride, Brenton Strange, Jatavian Sanders. You hate using 3 tight ends in a Trey McBride build. I would have loved for one of these to be a running back here, but it is what it is. It's a fun team. You guys have seen me draft teams all summer. I don't usually build them like this, but sometimes you got to lean into a very extreme zero RB build when you're trying to win millions of dollars. But that is going to do it for us today. It's midnight. We're going to wrap it up here. I'll be back tomorrow. Probably do a high stakes stream tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, but we got to get some BBMs done. I mean, we got some done today. We'll see. Tomorrow we'll see if we can get a stream out earlier. Today, 10:30. No, today was 10:45. Can we get a stream going at 9? Can we, please? I'm trying, fellas. It's very hard to outline, record, and then post the video. I'm sort of chasing my tail right now, but it is what it is. We're in the midst of August. It is grind time, prime time, all of the above. But we have been drafting on Underdog. If you want to draft with me next time I am live, go check out Underdog. Use promo code Ron. And when you play $5, they will get you $50 in bonus funds. I've linked to that in the description, comment section, live chat, all of that good stuff. And on top of that, if you haven't checked out already, watch my wide receiver rankings video. I went through my top 60 today. If you haven't watched the other one yesterday, I went my running back rankings to my top 50. If you're looking to get right before your fantasy football draft, make sure you check it out on the channel. But if you've already done all of that, subscribe, leave a like, and I will see y'all in the next one.